The stock market turmoil may seem a world away and very hard to relate to, but if there is a protracted slump as a result of a trade war, it could be very bad news for your pocket and the wider economy. The biggest concern here in Ireland is on the jobs and investment front. If major multinational companies continue to take a kicking on the stock market, well, that means they might have to move to address their costs and even potentially cut back on their jobs around the world. That is a major worry. The IDA says already about 30 to 40% of planned investments in Ireland by multinationals have been put on pause in the first quarter as a result of the uncertainty. If that trend does continue in a protracted trade war, that is a big concern for the Irish economy. A report by myhome.ie said that the housing market could be badly hit if there is a slump because our market is so over-reliant on highly paid workers for multinational companies buying houses. So if there is a drop in demand, there will be a drop in prices, and no harm in that, you might say. But as well as that, if the economy is badly hit, well, then incomes and jobs will be hit too, and that makes it even harder to buy a house. The hammering seen on stock markets over the last number of days has had a huge impact on pension funds. So it could be bad news for you if you do in fact have a pension, particularly if you are close to the age of retirement, because pension funds invest huge amounts of money in stock markets around the world. So the volatility, the huge swings we've seen in recent days has hit a lot of pension funds by a huge amount of money. We're not expecting to see any major impact on prices in Ireland in the short term, at least not until the EU responds to the US with tit-for-tat exchanges on tariffs. A possibility that could see prices increase on shelves. But where we might see a decrease in the time ahead is on energy and on fuel. Crude oil prices have declined. That's always seen as a bad sign for the economy, but that might pass through in the time ahead to petrol pumps and home heating too.